What's up, lot? Star Kiper Jr. back for week 2. Gotta say, pretty productive from my standpoint in week 1. I was 4-1. At least someone around this place is winning. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First game of the week is Hooligan at Star. This one doesn't even merit a review. Hooligan 55, Star 7. So Hooligan wins, and let me see, does that cover the spread? Spread's 46. Yes, he does cover the spread. So moving on to the second game of the week is Kitty at Fuff. For Kitty, she's got a hobbled Russell Wilson. Could barely plan on his back foot last week. Doesn't look like he's getting around all that well in practice this week. I don't think that bodes well for her. T.Y. Hilton's going to have absolutely no production against Denver. Good secondary, an unbelievable pass rush, and that Indianapolis offensive line is suspect. It'll be a miracle if Andrew Luck doesn't get carried out on a stretcher in that game. So not much for T.Y. Gostkowski will be her high scorer, the Polish soccer player, in what should be a field goal fest between New England and Miami. Moving over to Fuff's side, Manning's got an unbelievable matchup this week in the defenseless New Orleans Saints. So he should put up big numbers there. Cooper and Julio scoring TDs down by the schoolyard. So look for them to get going against each other in that Oakland-Atlanta matchup. I've got Fuff to win and cover. Not going to be much of a game. Outlaw should be getting 3 against Shark. That's once Chris Brown, Josh Brown, comes back from his wife-beating suspension. For Outlaw, there's not much to get excited about here. David Johnson plays an improved Bucs defense. We saw what they did to the Atlanta tandem last week, so I would limit my expectations for David Johnson. Sitting Scam in favor of Natty Ice. I mean, whatever, Outlaw. It's your funeral. You know, that's all I can say. So, Shark, Palmer's going to get well this week. The liability in the Bucs defense is their secondary, so I look for the Arizona passing game to get it going. Cooks should go bananas against the Giants in what should be sort of a track meet. And I like Nelson and Edelman to stay productive in their roles in the passing game. So in this matchup, I've got Shark to win and cover over Outlaw. Mama at Scoresman. Scoresman's getting 2. For Mama, I like Bortles and Robinson to get back on track. You know, it was a slow start to their year, but they should overcome that this week. Hauschka should score about 15, 18 points. Seattle should stall on the 30-yard line on every single one of their drives, so look for him to have plenty of opportunities. Moving over to Scoresman, Flacco over Rodgers? Really? I mean, Vin, are you drinking the CBS Kool-Aid? I mean, this is grounds for getting committed to the loony bin, man. I mean, I don't care if Flacco is playing the 8-and-under mental midgets from Memphis and Rodgers draws Jesus and the 12 apostles. You're starting Rodgers. I mean, I know that Jesus and the 12 apostles can walk on water and they can fly and they can do all this stuff, and the mental midgets from Memphis might be drooling on themselves, and they might not be able to run in a straight line. They might not be able to run at all, but you're still playing Rodgers. So that's my advice to you. Just play Rodgers when it comes to Rodgers and Flacco. For that reason alone, I got to pick Mama to win and cover. Okay. The game of the week is Bad Ben at Stinker. I like both these teams to go deep into the postseason. I like Shark when Le'Veon Bell comes back. Hooligan's going to get stronger when Gronkowski comes back. So those are kind of my final 4 picks right now. But I digress. Getting back to this week, for Ben, I like Carr. Should put up a good stat line against Atlanta. Mike Evans draws a tough Arizona secondary this week, so don't look for him to go quite as wild as he did against Atlanta. Washington's going to stack the box against Ezekiel Elliott because Dak Prescott can't throw anything more than a 5-yard out to Jason Witten. So Why would you do anything in coverage other than commit 9 guys to the box and say, Dak, go ahead and dink it and dunk it to Jason Witten for the rest of your life? Stinker, I love the Pitt guys. C.J. Anderson is actually my start of the week this week. The Colts D is horrific, and they're also extremely injured, which makes them twice as vulnerable. I like Emmanuel Sanders to get a lot of looks this week because Demaryius Thomas is probably not going to play with that hip injury, so he should get a lot of looks against that bad Colts secondary as well. All things equal, Bad Ben was favored. I'm going with the upset special. I like Stinker to win. All right, folks, that's all I got. Enjoy your week 2 action. I know that I won't. Bye-bye.